Welcome to AM Prime here on WESN. I am Leah Ann Jones. Well, it's finally Carnival Friday. Happy, fantastic Friday, Trinidad and Tobago. No Soca Monarch competition to look forward to later on, but so much more taking place today and this weekend. Today we have Canberra riots probably wrapping up right about now, the riots reenactment. We also have the traditional mask characters parade at noon today, followed by Chutney Soca Monarch finals at Skinner Park tonight. So there's a lot going on. Take advantage. Be sure to get out there and experience it all. It's the mother of all carnivals, Trinidad and Tobago Carnival 2023. Coming up in the show today, we have Junior Soca Monarch finalist and winner, Sekel McIntosh, and he's joining us this morning to tell us about his experience. We're also going to hear from Workshop 868. They're a Chutney Soca band, and they're going to be discussing their carnival experience with us. Trini Jacobs is back. She's back, she's here, and she is going to tell us all about her time over the last couple of years and why she's back with us. She's going to share with us later on today. After the break, we're going to come back with Laura Dorich. She's a journalist, digital content creator, and media personality, Laura Dorich. And she's going to tell us about her carnival experience, because Laura has been everywhere this 2023 carnival. We have a lot more coming up in the show today, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.
FanZone, your reliable, authentic supplier, has just gotten better. You can now visit our website www.fanzonett.com for your authentic wear and collectibles. The only place where you can use both your Visa debit and credit cards. Visit our website fanzonett.com to make your purchase today.
I am Rondell Donowa, attorney at law and host of Strictly Legal on WESN Content Capital. Strictly Legal is a legal program geared towards informing you, the public, of your legal rights, responsibilities, and remedies. So be viewing Thursdays 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
FanZone, 2 locations nationwide. Center City Mall, Chaguanas, and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
It's our Grand Carnival sale. Jump up and save more this carnival with our exciting deals and special offers on all your favorite items at tbesttoys. With ride-on starting from as low as $2,699. Bicycles and tricycles starting from $399. Baby bathtubs starting from $79. Baby bottles starting from $54. Baby blankets starting from $79. Carter's 3-piece outfits starting from $145. Car seats and booster seats starting from $220. Strollers starting from $485. Baby carriers starting from $495. High chairs starting from $599. Pools starting from $59. Visit us in store at First Floor Movietown, Port of Spain, Forces Flagship, Matt Bean at Eastgate Mall, Trin City, or shop online now. Don't miss our Grand Carnival sale. We have the best brands for the best prices.
Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra presents The Power of Pan and Kaiso. Carnival Monday at 1 p.m. and Carnival Tuesday at 7 a.m. from Central Bank along the Brian Lara Promenade, Independence Square, Port of Spain. Tickets cost $200. Registration for T-shirt mass at Republic Bank Exodus Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, and the print shop, Nepal Street, St. James. Contact Walda at 620-4331. Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra, Kaiso and Pan, power and glory.
What's the best way to grab the attention of viewers?
Please exercise more patience. You have to be kidding me.
Doing what we do best.
I'll say at the very least it's a conspiracy of laziness against the people.
Join me, Keaton Shaw.
And me, Sean Michael Small, for Talking Point.
Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
We go in-depth on the trending issues and engage the most controversial newsmakers
as we get them to account to the people for their actions.
You can't go to the government with nothing. You can't go to cabinet with an empty hand, with a wish.
I'm glad that we're having this is a sober, mature discussion.
In the present situation, I expect a continuation of the chaos.
Join us for the discussion, Mondays to Fridays,
only on WESN,
the content capital.
Join me, Sule A. Joseph, as I delve into the day-to-day psychological issues plaguing our society. We will discuss behaviors that encompass the biological influences, social pressures, and environmental factors that affect how you think, act, and feel. Sight, Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. only on WESN, Content Capital.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, the Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
Every day, we communicate through stories. Stories of ourselves, our challenges, our goals, our experiences, and our aspirations. Storytelling is an art that we have mastered. WESN Film Studios comprises a collaborative team of experts with extensive industry experience locally, regionally, and internationally. The ability of your business to successfully communicate with your preferred audience depends on the strength of the stories you tell. Your vision should be communicated in a high-quality, professional, and creative way. From concept to post-production, advertising to film, multi-camera productions, live events, streaming, and virtual conferencing, we are WESN Film Studio. Let your own unique voice be heard and your vision realized. Call us today at 628-5835 for your next production.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
The issue, the continued rise in the price of flour and its impact on the cost of living in Trinidad and Tobago. How should we go about it? I want to ask you what has been revealed to you about the state of vulnerability in the country because of this exercise and because of what we're going through. Is the government losing the war on the vaccine front?
The discussion should revolve around the common good for the greatest number of people in Trinidad and Tobago.
How do we inculcate a sense of respect and regard for people who may not be of your own political ilk or persuasion?
The communities are now being used by political opportunists. So
when the tables are turned, it's the same way. Okay, this has been 10 questions. I'm Andy Johnson, and we'll see you next time.
Join me, Dr. Nalini Kokram, on What's Up Doc, where we discuss all your burning questions concerning health.
Trinidad and Tobago is among one of the highest risk group of patients that develop this form of genetic breast cancer.
What I'd like to take home from a short interview like this, screening. You must screen.
Because it's silent.
It's silent.
Yeah.
And because it's silent, you don't know it's there.
What's Up Doc, every Tuesday and Thursday on WESN, Content Capital.
Yes. Welcome back. Joining us this morning via Zoom for our Carnival conversations is journalist, digital content creator, media personality, Loop Everything, Laura Dorridge. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, and happy Carnival. It's Carnival Friday.
Happy Carnival Friday. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, as part of your job, as part of the work that you do at Loop, I know you've been to a number of cultural events and shows this Carnival season, including fetes, lots and lots of fetes. And it's Carnival Friday, and I know you probably have a calendar of events to attend this today and the upcoming weekend. And the season is almost over. I know we have 5 days, because I'm going to include today, we have 5 days of non-stop packed activity, but it's soon over. And we know that there are many more Carnival events, but tell me, Laura, TNT Carnival this year is being touted as the mother of all carnivals. You have been almost everywhere. I follow you on social media, I follow Loop. I have seen you in almost everything. I don't know how you do it, but tell me, how do you feel about Carnival 2020 being touted as the mother of all carnivals?
Ha! Well, I think that term is it's an aspirational term. I think it's something. I understand why we dubbed it such. I think it was really for Trinidad and Tobago to really stake its claim above all the other carnivals. But in terms of executing it to make sure that we are definitely the mother of all carnivals, I think it's still an aspiration that we are building up to. I don't think we quite get it yet. We're not quite there. In terms of us being the carnival that spawned so many other West Indian style carnivals, yes, we are the mother. But in terms of us really showing the world that we are the mother, we are the top, the number one, we still have a little work to do where that is concerned.
Well, you've led me to my next question, Laura. How do you, as a patron, as a stakeholder on behalf of Digicel Loop, how do you feel about the preparedness of, let's go with the state institutions, TUCO, Pan Trinbago, NCC? How do you feel about the preparedness of the state institutions, especially coming out of that 2-year break that we've had, you know, the idea is that we've had 2 years of doing absolutely nothing. We've had more than ample time to prepare. How do you feel about the preparedness of these state institutions for the various events for Carnival this year?
I think a lot of their preparedness still hinges upon the ability to get funding, the subventions from the government. I think that is this. We're still very heavily dependent on that, and that affects our ability to pull off, you know, execute the level of shows that we should be executing. I'm a little disappointed because I thought there would be things would be a little different. I thought we would have taken 2 years to reimagine and rethink how we do things, how we present things, how we update things and make them a little more modern, a little more relatable to younger audiences. But it just seems to be a case of same old, same old. We're accustomed doing things this way, and this is how we're going to do it. So in that regard, I'm a little disappointed. But again, like I said, a lot of the preparedness still depends on how much money they get from the government, and you know, that hampers your ability to really do things at a certain level.
And okay, so state institutions, as you said, they rely heavily on government subventions. What, in your opinion, do you think can be done to not monetize, but create more financial opportunity on their own? Pan on the Greens, even Calypso Fiesta and the such. What do you think, in your opinion, can be done in order to stand a little alone, a little apart, to be able to do more on their own without having to wait for government assistance? We see NCC is still saying that they're waiting on funds to be able for the boroughs to have their own carnival events. What is your opinion on this?
Yeah, I mean, I think, listen, at some level, they will still need assistance, because talking to promoters, talking to stakeholders, in order for them to really pull off the events, they still need some level of assistance. I don't know how much profit they make from these events, but I do think if there are things that they can do during the year, perhaps that could bring income in and help them to really boost their coffers. So when Carnival comes around, they don't have to be as reliant on the government. I think there are avenues that still need to be explored, like made-for-TV events. The TV you can make a lot of money, you know, with television, with online. Tap into the diaspora, tap into sponsorship from abroad, tap into, you know, advertising that you can do. We still don't, a lot of these events aren't packaged for TV, they aren't packaged for online audiences, literally just stream and whatever you get, you get. But I still think there's so much we can do that could probably, you know, enhance the product and bring a little extra change. There are companies that do streaming. People in the diaspora donate money because they're so happy to see something about Carnival, so they support it financially. So I think there are avenues that could still be explored that could help boost what they are doing, so they don't have to be as reliant on the government.
What would be your stance on as a stakeholder in corporate? Because corporate Trinidad has also been complaining. They've also suffered a blow as a result of the COVID pandemic. Coming into Carnival 2023, they've had to put out to be able to make. What would be your opinion on the private institutions and their preparedness for Carnival 2023?
Yes, girl, that is a real thing. You know, the impact of the pandemic really hit corporate Trinidad very, very hard, very, very hard. And you're seeing it because a lot of companies haven't been spending as much money this Carnival. They're supporting with product, not necessarily with money. So you're seeing it, and it has definitely impacted the ability of a lot of promoters, private as well as the NCC stakeholders, to do their events properly. So that is a real thing. I mean, there are corporate entities that are supporting where they can, but we really have to consider what the pandemic did to a lot of companies. It really affected their bottom line. So, I mean, in that case, their hands are tied this year. Hopefully, in the next year or so, they could rebound, and 2024 could really be the mother of all carnivals. Everybody keeps saying this is maybe the child. Next year, we would get to that level.
Well, I believe it takes more than 1 year for a child to become an adult, so we may need more than 1 year. But Laura, tell me, and I have to ask, what if you had a message to all carnival stakeholders based on your experience this 2023? What would be that message based on your experience and based on your opinion that, you know, we're not quite there yet in terms of being the mother of all carnivals? What would be the message that you would give to all stakeholders, private as well as state stakeholders?
Look at your product. What are you offering and who are you offering it to? Look at the sustainability. Look at the future. We have one of the things that I observed this carnival is that there's a whole entire new generation that have entered the carnival. The 16 to 20-year-olds who came of age over the last 2 years, who could not have partied or gone out or experienced carnival when they came of age. And now this carnival, this is their first time. I have an 18-year-old. This is his first carnival that he's partying and participating in. There's a whole generation. Who are we doing carnival for? How are we taking these new players into account? And are we giving them products that they would want to be interested in? I mean, we had some really nice innovations that appeal to a younger audience. We had things like Iron Park. That was really innovative. We're seeing things like Lost Tribe Fete Yard, where we're trying to bring the culture into that fete space to educate people, because the younger ones, they're not going to be attracted to things that are not new products, new ideas. There's way too much. So we need to really sit down and think about what we're doing. We want to be the best carnival. We say we are the best carnival in the world. We say we are the Mecca. We say they are the mother, but we have to take things to a different level. Everybody else is supposed to be trying to catch up to us, not meeting us where we are and touting themselves as better than us. We need to step up.
Well, we've seen, Laura, you and I, we're on social media. For those of us who are continuously on social media, we would have seen persons attending these events complaining about value for money. We would have seen them complaining about the music, everything from blaming DJs to the artists. The event promoters, do you feel, specifically promoters, do you feel that they too need to reconsider their target audience, maybe curating, taking a better look at curating the experience and what they are offering? How do you feel about those events, particularly that you've attended? And which one would you say has been the most impressive that you've attended to date?
Okay, I'll take the last question first. So far, the event I have totally enjoyed was St. John's Stripped concert. I absolutely loved it. It was a concert with a difference. Everybody has a concert. We're in the era of artist-driven concerts. Everybody has a concert. And some of the concerts were really good. Shout out to Patrice, shout out to Voy, shout out to Nadia, shout out to Kes. Concerts were really good. But Tedison, to me, really, really stood out because it was different. Of course, Tedison is not Trinidadian. Coming into this space as a non-Trini, how do you differentiate yourself? And he took a risk. He did an acoustic show. He stripped down his music. He got other artists to come in and do acoustic sets of their music. And I really enjoyed it. It was a very enjoyable show, nice sit-down affair. Again, a product that appeals to different people. Everybody doesn't want to go to a fete. There are different age groups, different demographics who want to be part of the carnival, but they're not going to stand up in a fete all night. So I was really impressed with that show. I think, look, we have to give the promoters some grace. They did not make money over the last 2 years. So I know for a lot of them, this was really an opportunity to just make some money. I don't think we understand the impact the last 2 years had on the entertainment sector. There were people who really they lost their homes. They had to move back in with their parents. People literally were not able to live. They had no money. They had no food. This is an opportunity for them to make money. And I understand the hustle because it's like, okay, now I have an opportunity to get back some money. I could pay some bills. I could clear off my debt. So I think this carnival would have been about, okay, let me just stage my show, get it done. I saw attempts to make things better. The decor, definitely. We have to talk about the decor at Fete. The stage decor really went up a notch. People really tried with the layout and the decor of their events, which was great. Brand activations were amazing at the events. So I think we're going in the right direction, and maybe next year, once we, everybody gets back on their feet, maybe next year we're going to see a little more. We're going to see better coming out from the events.
Well, Laura, I'm being asked to wrap up, but we're running out of time. But I have to ask, because this is another huge topic of discussion. Just in general, you hear it on the radios, on social media, DJs and their music this year. The music that is being played in feds, the music that is being played on the radio. And it's a two-part question. Who is your pick for Road March 2023?
Don't ask me that. Listen, it's between Hard Fet and Come Home. Those are the two that I think are in the race. I cannot say which one. I think it's going to be a very, very close race on the road. I'm not sure which one is going to get it, but it's between Hard Fet and Come Home. I think Hard Fet may have the edge on Come Home, but it's between those two. And yes, I have had a lot of conversations with my DJ friends about these things, and I don't know. I don't know. I think a lot of it is, one of the explanations they gave me is if you're playing for an event and they're a huge cast, they don't play the music of the people who are going to perform. That's one. There's a lot of emphasis on the older music. I don't know, maybe they think the crowds are not too familiar with the music, they weren't familiar with the music and they just wanted to play things that people know. So I really don't know I don't understand any thinking, because some feds people complain it's too much new music, some feds they complain it's too much old music. So the patrons themselves don't seem to know for sure what they want. So hopefully that is something we can sort out going forward.
All right, Laura. Well, that's all the time we have for our interview this morning. Thank you so very much for your time, for joining us this morning. Laura Dorridge, media personality, journalist, digital content creator at Loop News. Do have an enjoyable weekend and stay safe. Happy Carnival.
Thank you. Happy Carnival.
We have more AM Prime coming back. We're coming back with Kaiso here on AM Prime this morning. Please stay tuned.
Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission advises that it is now a criminal offense to operate, advertise, participate, or invite persons to join a prohibited scheme such as Ponzi and pyramid-type financial arrangements. You can now be fined up to $10 million or face 10 years in prison. Visit our website for more information. It's a fantastic February at Massage Haven as we celebrate Valentine's Carnival and our 1-year anniversary. For the entire month of February, take advantage of our special packages. For Valentine's, show your love with our Lovebirds and I Just Adore You packages. Carnival, let's help you glow with 20% off on all sauna and massage combos. And as we turn 1 year old, special complimentary Massage Haven tokens of gratitude and keepsakes within our anniversary week. Massage Haven, 157B Monroe Road, Cunupia.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
Fan Zone, 2 locations nationwide. Center City Mall, Chaguanas and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
Thanks for staying with us. We have with us via Zoom this morning the Junior Soca Monarch winner, champion. Event was held just last night. Finals were held just last night, and he's with us bright and early this morning. Sekel McIntosh. Good morning, Sekel. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, good morning. It was my pleasure.
Congratulations. This is your third consecutive win.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is correct.
All right. Tell me how you feel. How do you feel about it?
I mean, everything now is just a big process, realization that you won it once again. Just a lot of excitement and happiness, joy, because this was a really big project for us, and it was ready to bring the best that we could have. I'm very, very excited and happy.
Congratulations again, Sekel. Tell me, how does it feel coming back after the 2 years that there was absolutely nothing due to COVID? How did it feel coming back, being back on stage, performing, and putting your best foot forward to achieve this win?
Well, I mean, after the 2 years, it was like, well, the time has come now. You have to up the game, because after this 2 years waiting, it has to be top tier. So it was a very hard working experience.
Tell me about your performance. How was it, and how was the experience on stage? And tell me about the song.
Well, the song is called Fly, and for the finals, it was more astronaut, like going outer space and sending the soca to the entire world, and just spreading the love of God through the soca. So, I mean, the energy in the crowd was just a lot. It was out there, just a lot of excitement, and yeah, it was really one of the best reactions that I've had on the stage so far.
And Sekel, you've been singing since you're about 5 years old?
Yes, 5 years old, since infants 1 and 2. With my school choir. Then after I went to Calypso for a little while, and now soca.
Okay. And what has the journey been like? This is about 8 years. You're 30 now, so it's been about 8 years. What has the journey been like for you, that especially transitioning from Calypso to soca?
Well, more energy. You have to be more upbeat. You have to be more lively. Interact with the crowd and stuff. So, I mean, it's a whole different level, basically. Everything has to be more, everything.
And tell me, what are your plans going forward? So you're 13, you're in secondary school, Form 3, 13 in Form 3 at 13 years old. That's quite an accomplishment. How did you manage that?
Well, I skipped standard 3 to standard 5, so therefore, I didn't do standard 4.
Oh, okay. So you're also very intelligent. Very nice, very nice. So tell me, what is your plan for the future? Do you think, are you going to go more into soca? Do you look forward to more competition? Do you think you'll ever stop performing?
No, I don't think that. Just waiting to see where the music will take me. But as an occupation, I would like to be a pediatrician. I want to go into the medical field.
Ah, so you plan to do med. That was my next goal. I wanted to find out your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. So you plan to do medicine. So you're going to be a soca. You're going to be a soca doctor.
I mean, yes, sing a little tune for my patients, I don't know.
Okay. All right, Sekel, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. Congratulations again, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you so very much.
And the rest of the year.
All right, same to you. Bye-bye.
That was Sekel McIntosh, a Junior Soca Monarch winner for 2023 Carnival. We're going to take a quick break and come back with more Carnival conversations.
it politics? What is it? Is it that nobody cares about sports?
The kind of support that sport used to get in the past is no longer here.
The thing is, taking a knee doesn't mean that that's the only thing you're doing on it.
Right.
Taking a knee along with other stuff.
Samantha, what are you looking forward to when you return home to Trinidad and Tobago after winning the title?
Thank you very much for speaking it into existence.
Is it no pressure on Nicholas Paul?
It makes me more motivated to work hard and to go out there and rep the right and black.
Why are we sending a team to the Winter Olympics?
There are a number of Trinbagonians who are in the diaspora and have grown up in winter sport. It's an opportunity that the Trinidad and Tobago Olympic Committee will not close the door on.
I also believe in the players that we have. Once you can motivate the players, you can get the best out of them.
Take some time for yourself or spend some time with the family at Sandy Point Village Hotel. Enjoy our various studio and suite apartments, self-contained with their own kitchenettes and Wi-Fi. We also have our famous 100-foot swimming pool and our beachfront restaurant, the Steak and Lobster Grill. And our location in Crown Point puts us near the center of activity from the nylon pool to the local nightlife. Call us and make your reservations at 639-8533, 389-2378 or email us at sandypointvillagehotel@gmail.com.
It's our Grand Carnival sale. Jump up and save more this carnival with our exciting deals and special offers on all your favorite items at dbesttoys.com. With ride-ons starting from as low as $2,699. Bicycles and tricycles starting from $399. Baby bathtubs starting from $79. Baby bottles starting from $54. Baby blankets starting from $79. Carter's three-piece outfits starting from $145. Car seats and booster seats starting from $220. Strollers starting from $485. Baby carriers starting from $495. High chairs starting from $599. Pools starting from $59. Visit us in store at First Floor Movie Town, Port of Spain, Water's flagship MacBean, and Eastgate Mall, Trin City, or shop online now. Don't miss our Grand Carnival sale. We have the best brands for the best prices.
Trinidad and Tobago Securities and Exchange Commission advises that it is now a criminal offense to operate, advertise, participate, or invite persons to join a prohibited scheme such as Ponzi and pyramid-type financial arrangements. You can now be fined up to $10 million or face 10 years in prison. Visit our website for more information.
What's the best way to grab the attention of viewers?
Please exercise more patience. You have to be kidding me.
Doing what we do best.
I'll say at the very least it's a conspiracy of laziness against the people.
Join me, Keaton Shaw.
And me, Sean Michael Small, for Talking Point.
Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
We go in-depth on the trending issues and engage the most controversial newsmakers
as we get them to account to the people for their actions.
You can't go to the government with nothing. You can't go to cabinet with an empty hand, with a wish.
I'm glad that we're having this a sober, mature discussion.
In the present situation, I expect a continuation of the chaos.
Join us for the discussion, Mondays to Fridays,
only on WESN,
the content capital.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We are still in our Carnival conversations, and joining us this morning is Workshop 868, the band. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, good morning.
Thanks for joining us this morning. So with us, we have, let me get this right, Bobby Mohan. He is the head of the band. We have Matthias Mohan. We have Stefan, who is the lead vocalist, and we have Nicholas Mohan, who is the musical director. Welcome.
Yes.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the band, Bobby. How did you all come together? How long have you all been performing?
Okay, we are known as a Workshop 868 band now, right? But just over a decade ago, right? I always had a little workshop at home, right? And we started Workshop 868 as a workshop, hence the name, right? Eventually, the name of the band, right? With my close ones, sharing the little musical knowledge I would have acquired and learned over the years to impart it to them, right? We started from very humble beginnings, and music kept us going, and thus now, right? So I was able to impart the little knowledge I have to my close ones. This is my youngest son, and Nikolai is my eldest son. I have 2 sons, and Stefan is basically like a son to me. It's not a biological, but the consideration is there. I have a couple sons, nephews who would like sons. As I tell you, we started from humble beginnings, and it will take more than just this time to explain a lot, right? But we from there, and this workshop started because of that. Because this is a way we found something to hold on to and something to live for. And that is our biggest achievement if you get to go into that, right? And during the years, playing with all the other bands, predominantly the Indo bands like JMC Trevini, Melobugs, Gaia Tunes, even my nephew used to play with Karma and everything. We had a vision here at home for, we love our local music, soca, chutney, and more so being from an Indo background, chutney music, right? And we are always involved, like in CSM, and even before CSM, I was a part of like the pageant and whatnot. I think I would have been part of many of your shows at TTT and the programs and whatnot. I think, but our vision here, and we created something called Chutney Rock, and our drive is to bring that to the forum and with the experiments one by one, as you could hear. And our music, the dominance of the guitars being one of the main instruments, fusing with the dulak and whatnot.
Tell me a bit more about the chutney rock genre. This is a genre that you're exploring, getting more into. Tell me about chutney rock.
Okay, chutney rock. Well, the idea started as long as I could have. I started to play guitars, and I used to play all sorts of music. I was the freelance. I used to play rock, a little soca, chutney, everything. I was dabble in everything. But I loved guitar. And as a guitarist, naturally you would love that rock guitar song and whatnot. And being from that Indo background and everybody with the chutney and whatnot, I started to play some rock music with some of the rock bands in the earlys. And when I go to these events, you see many of our the patrons were predominantly in Indo friends and family who was there at the audiences and who was also playing and things. And I just saw a big gap there between the chutney and the rock. And me myself loving that, I started playing with it. I didn't have open afford. Didn't even have the knowledge to put a studio together, and it was like taboo in the earlys, putting it together. So it was a little doing, and we did I did our proto, if you want to call it, some years ago, and I sent it out. It was well received, but then it was being criticized too. But then I realized, like most Trini, like eating a double, some people who like sweet sauce, some people who like, so we was playing with the idea. And we start introducing it in a different way to subsequently do what we really want to do. And I think it has been well received from our live performances and the little views and the reviews we have on social media.
Nikolai, tell me about the your music and the work that you've been producing to date.
Oh, sure. Well, in terms of our music, with Workshop 868, we have such a dynamic team, and it's fun. It's fun music. It's Trinidad music, right? It's just happy music. And as you will hear when we do our little live performance here, it's a nice time. Our focus is having a nice time, spreading the love, the unity with our people, with our nation, and just a positive message. That's all it's about.
You've done 868, Workshop 868. The band has done performances with chutney soca artists such as Chris Garcia, recently deceased Anil Beam. Condolences to you guys on his passing. Tell me about the acts, the soca acts, and other artists that you would have worked with. Sorry.
Oh, Nick would have known, like Molly Ramcharan. We did a track with Molly Ramcharan. We had work on tracks like with Nicole Graves. You would know her from Atlantic. She sings in the tent.
Marvin McKenzie.
Yeah. And basically we do a lot of like whenever we play most of the time live like private functions. Many of the artists would be invited, and we would lend our music, accompany them live on the spot and thing. So that for me personally, it would have been with a lot of artists. But as the band, we subsequently from a workshop entered into the band stage, and there's a lot of history and a gaps between there, so that the band would have performed. We even played for, I think, a program called Maduro Awards. That was a competition that it includes all the artists, and we would have touched base with many of the artists.
Tell us about, let's move on to Carnival 2023 and the Carnival season. Tell us about your Carnival 2023 experience thus far.
Okay, well, for us, that's been from funeral to funeral to funeral. Right? So we right now, they call us with the Bonai crew. We ain't sleep. I said, look, well, for me and Nick, we are playing tonight. We are joining in with the backup band. Nick is playing bass and I'm playing guitar. Well, last minute I'm playing guitar, but we are joining in for the CSM, and that's probably the biggest chutney show for the season. I think Brass has been Chutney Land has been cancelled, but so CSM basically is the biggest one, and we have a lot of little private gigs that we are engaged with.
All right, and tell me about your new music. You have new music prepared for 2023. Tell me about your music for this year.
Okay, for this year, well, our last track was A Nice Time. That was our last track, and we have one in the making that we was doing for Valentine's with our female frontline singer, and well, our drummer is not here too. It's too early. We are not morning people, right? So we are working very hard to see how far we could reach with the Chutney Rock album. So that is our drive for this year, to see what headroom we can make with the Chutney Rock.
And now, Stefan, you're the lead vocalist for the band. Tell me, how has it been? What has your experience been like? How did you get involved with Workshop 868, the band?
Well, good morning. Well, my experience with the band so far has been exceptionally fun. Well, ever since, music has been within my soul ever since from birth. And, I believe in destiny, and meeting Bobby Mohan and the Workshop 868 family really changed my life dramatically, because, we do everything with love. We go with unity, we operate as one unit. When we go to our live performances, we have fun as a family, we bring joy to the people, so the experiences, I'm lost for words.
Thanks, Stefan. And Matthias, what has your experience been like?
Hey, good morning. Well, experience has been great. I've been in the band ever since I was small, ever since I knew myself, and I recently started playing the bass. So yeah, it has been great.
Thank you. Now, before we get to the performance, we're going to head into the performance. I have one more question for Matthias and Nikolai. One of you all could answer. How has it been growing up in the musical family? Matthias just said that he's been doing this from a very young age. How has it been for you all growing up with Bobby, being involved in music?
It's a fun one. Like, besides music, our Nana, that's our grandfather, he's what I would like to call a cultural ambassador. He, singing those folk songs, those Indo folk songs, Biraha and stuff. We was exposed, I can say I was exposed to the stage from a very young age. Going with him in like Ramayans and Ramlila, stuff like that, before I was exposed to the musical stage. And I would say we both, me and my brother, we are both fortunate, to be growing up in this, a cultural family. Being exposed to different stage, different cultures. As a matter of fact, Trinidad, being a Trini, you're exposed to everything, every single thing. So that's look. I have my jersey. I represent my my sweet auntie. So beside our family being a Trini, we're exposed to everything, and we are proud to represent our red, white, and black.
Thank you so very much, Workshop 868, the band. We're going to hear from you now with your performance before we head to the news. Thanks very much for joining us this morning, guys, for waking up early.
Thank you.
All right.
You can take it away.
Let's go.
So, I'll mix to suit, and thank you very much for this exposure and this interview.
Thank you.
Workshop 868 in the building. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the world. We hope you guys having a nice time, right? Hey, workshop. Hey, somebody make some noise for the carnival. Here we go. I've been a nice time with my friends and family. No time for this, it's no community. I've been a nice time, homie, looking nice for so. Oh, I don't have a minute to go. And if you feel to jump, and if you feel to win, and if you feel to wine, we looking on a good time. I've been a nice time, I've been a nice time. Drinking away.
Here's your WESN News on the Hour. I am Denise Martin. Thanks for joining us. Here are the headlines. Enterprise man charged with Cunupia triple murder. $200,000 bail for teacher on sexual touching of boy 15. Low compensation affecting staff levels at Children's Authority. And internationally, Spain approves menstrual leave, teen abortion and trans law. Now for the details. An Enterprise man has appeared in court charged with the murders of Kevin Ramjatan, Sean Thomas and Javon Ince. The killings occurred between January 28th and 29th. 22-year-old Curtis Dick was also charged with possession of firearm and ammunition to endanger life. The victims were at Hazarat Road, Cunupia, when they were shot by a gunman. Ramjatan and Thomas died at the scene. Ince was taken to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex for medical treatment where he died. A 35-year-old teacher was granted bail in the sum of $200,000 when he appeared before a San Fernando magistrate on Monday after he was charged with one count of sexual touching. According to police reports, on 26 October 2021, a 15-year-old student was allegedly sexually touched by a teacher while at the school. The incident was later reported to the Child Protection Unit Southern Division. The officers investigated the matter, which led to the arrest of a suspect who was charged with sexual touching on the February 11th, 2023. Acting Children's Authority Director Sharon Morris Cummings has revealed that low compensation is affecting staff levels. She was speaking at the Joint Select Committee on Wednesday.
Increasing in number and the increasing in complexity, and COVID-19 has added another layer of complexity into an already complex situation. For the period January 2022 to December 2022, there were a number of resignations, 40 in particular. Yes, and the staff head count as at the 15th of February 2023 was 236.
In international news now, Madrid has approved legislation expanding abortion and transgender rights for teenagers, while making Spain the first country in Europe that will entitle workers to paid menstrual leave. The driving force behind the two laws was Equality Minister Irene Montero, who belongs to the junior member in Spain's left-wing coalition government, the United We Can Party. The changes ushered in on Thursday to sexual and reproductive rights mean that 16 and 17-year-olds in Spain can now undergo an abortion without parental consent. Period products will now be offered free in schools and prisons, while state-run health centers will do the same with hormonal contraceptives and the morning after pill. Well, that was your News City Hour on WESN. I am Denise Martin. Thanks for watching.
The issue, the continued rise in the price of flour and its impact on the cost of living in Trinidad and Tobago. How should we go about it? I want to ask you, what has been revealed to you about the state of vulnerability in the country because of this exercise and because of what we're going through? Is the government losing the war on the vaccine front?
The discussion should revolve around the common good for the greatest number of people in Trinidad and Tobago.
How do we inculcate a sense of respect and regard for people who may not be of your own political ilk or persuasion?
The communities are now being used by political opportunists. So
when the tables are turned, it's the same way. Okay, this has been 10 Questions. I'm Andy Johnson, and we'll see you next time.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
Fan Zone, 2 locations nationwide. Center City Mall, Chaguanas and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
People really want to know, what about me? Where do I fit?
Yes.
What is in the ride for me in terms of a better Trinidad and Tobago? And I'm pleased to shed some light on that.
The purpose of bail is to ensure your attendance at court. That's it. It is not punitive, it is not rehabilitative.
We the police officers, we are professional and we are here for whenever the survivor is ready to come forward.
We have the right to private and family life, the right to religious freedoms and beliefs and thoughts and expression. But these rights are not absolute. Certain rights can be limited.
The law is to govern the whole, it's for all of us in public.
Thanks for staying with us here on AM Prime. We're going to take a look at some Newsday newspaper stories. COP promises safe carnival. Police Commissioner Erla Harewood Christopher is assuring the public that the first full carnival in 3 years and her first at the helm of the police will be a safe one. She was speaking at the police administration building on Thursday at a police media briefing. And she's advised citizens, visitors alike, enjoy the carnival, have fun, enjoy all the festivities and the celebrations, but in a responsible way, and she's imploring that your behavior be responsible. She's also asking in another story in the Newsday newspapers, don't whine on my officers, reminding citizens that it is an offense and can be considered a sexual offense, particularly the young ladies who are scantily clad. She's asking persons to desist from dancing, whining, and gyrating on her officers as it is disrespectful and unwelcome. And in other news, the government has released $83 million to NCC. The Ministry of Finance has approved the release of $83 million to the National Carnival Commission on yesterday, making it the first tranche of the Commission's $147 million subvention for Carnival 2023. And of course, this release comes on the heels of regional corporations complaining of lack of funding. And in sport, Sean Cooper, head coach of the Trinidad and Tobago under-17 footballers, he says they are learning on the job. He says he knows that the team would have faced a difficult challenge against Barbados earlier this week, but they're learning on the job and he's working towards more goal scoring. That's a look at the Newsday newspaper stories. Joining us this morning, and we're continuing our carnival conversations here on AM Prime, we have upcoming solo panelist Tijuana Hernandez. She is joining us via telephone this morning. Are you there, Tijuana?
Yes, I'm here.
Good morning. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us. Now, I understand that you won the Angosturas Youth Champion Awards at the end of last year.
Yes, I did.
Can you tell us a little more about the awards? The award?
So, the Angosturas have an award for youngsters that are private and awarded me their champion. And I started out in Morocco, and the name is Tiap Music School, and it was different youth that he access instant music, a place to express so that have an extra and an opportunity to, see the and other activities. So I up to the answer with the mindset I wanted to benefit, to be able to flourish and improve on what I so that children have better demands, it's able to progress.
Now, Tijwana, you also won the 2022 National Double Shakonia Award for Youthful Resilience. How do you feel about being celebrated in this way?
I really appreciate the recognition, my hard work, because I was diagnosed in 20, and it is an opportunity that currently and it features several symptoms, which is very deep to the human body. So, on a daily basis, those challenges, some days are good, some days are bad. And with that, usually are affected in the sense where if they had goals, they would have to reach or some develop company, and I goals and I really want to have to start because of so was one of my biggest challenges of the other that people do in terms of and growing up in less fortunate situation. So I think that very appreciated, recognizing hard work as a academic, as an individual, and for foundation.
Well, let's go into your career as a steel pan soloist. So you have your music school. You also have your own pan stick business?
Yes. So I'm a young engineer. I started a steel pan stick business in it pan sticks plus, and I finished at the pan. So it started off when a student at the CFA studying music, and some persons were interested in rubber to on their sticks when it was warm. And I was one of them as well. So when I found I had it, I bought a lot of projects to myself, and people were pay me some more. And with that, little business, selling the rubber, and one myself with a plastic maker, and he gave me six to find he was interested. And with that, grew. Now I had rubber in the pants on makeup, and I could because my technique and how is very important. And your pants also impacts how you sound like play. And every player but when it comes to type of play with the size, some of the customized, they want it pretty. So I decided, this business, and it would be to promote steel pan practices. So now my brand has, in a sense, where steel and sticks almost not pan stick makeup, retailing pans for local makers. I'm also retailing back music bulk and little merchandise. So I think I've within the last.
Okay, thank you, Tijuana. Before we head to a video of one of your performances, I just have one more question for you to tell us quickly about your 2023 Carnival season. What has it been like for you?
My 20th Carnival season is very hectic. I am a teacher at learning and practice. So just being a teacher and preparing the kids and also panorama, tenor, super super. And this year we have jubilation with written and composed by Mark Locon and Operator Amrit Samru and sang Esther Gasket. So I'm playing with super this year and I'm grateful that we are successful at competing on that. And apart from that, just do gigs on side and juggling with my students. So yeah, it's very busy.
Thank you very much, Tijuana Hernandez, solo panist, youth award champion, double Shakunia Award for Youth for Resilience awardee. You know, quite a motivational inspiration here in Trinidad and Tobago. Solo panist Tijuana Hernandez, thanks for joining us this morning. We're going to take a look at one of your performances coming up now.
FanZone, your reliable, authentic supplier, has just gotten better. You can now visit our website www.fanzonett.com for your authentic wear and collectibles. The only place where you can use both your Visa debit and credit cards. Visit our website fanzonett.com to make your purchase today.
I am Rondell Donowa, attorney at law and host of Strictly Legal on WESN Content Capital. Strictly Legal is a legal program geared towards informing you, the public, of your legal rights, responsibilities, and remedies. So be viewing Thursdays 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m.
Knowing how to tell authentic is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Find it, match it, search it. Step 1. Find the style number on the tag. Step 2. Match the style number inside the jersey with the number on the tag. Step 3. Search it. A quick Google search of the style number will verify the jersey is authentic when the search results match the jersey being searched. Don't be fooled by counterfeit jerseys. Before you buy, remember to find it, match it, search it.
FanZone, 2 locations nationwide. Center City Mall, Chaguanas and Movietown, Port of Spain. Nationwide delivery available.
Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra presents The Power of Pan and Kaiso. Carnival Monday at 1 p.m. and Carnival Tuesday at 7 a.m. from Central Bank along the Brian Lara Promenade, Independence Square, Port of Spain. Tickets cost $200. Registration for T-shirt mass at Republic Bank Exodus Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, and the print shop, Nepal Street, St. James. Contact Walda at 620-4331. Republic Bank Exodus Steel Orchestra, Kaiso and Pan, power and glory.
What's the best way to grab the attention of viewers?
Please exercise more patience. You have to be kidding me.
Doing what we do best.
I'll say at the very least it's a conspiracy of laziness against the people.
Join me, Keaton Shaw.
And me, Sean Michael Small, for Talking Point.
Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
We go in-depth on the trending issues and engage the most controversial newsmakers
as we get them to account to the people for their actions.
You can't go to the government with nothing. You can't go to cabinet with an empty hand, with a wish.
I'm glad that we're having this a sober, mature discussion.
In the present situation, I expect a continuation of the chaos.
Join us for the discussion, Mondays to Fridays,
only on WESN,
the Content Capital.
Well, it's Fantastic Friday. Carnival weekend is finally upon us. For all you masqueraders heading out on the road on Monday and Tuesday, remember to wear your sunblock, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. The sun is ridiculous out there. If yesterday was any indication of what we're to expect over the next couple of days, you want to stay hydrated and protect your skin on the road. And of course, enjoy it. Enjoy the mass. Be vigilant, guys. I know we have many, many events, cultural and otherwise, fetes this weekend. So if you're heading out, be sure to designate a driver. If you know you're going to be drinking, be safe on the roads. If you're not playing mass, like myself, and you choose to spend Monday and Tuesday relaxing, hopefully near a body of water, do enjoy the break. Have an enjoyable and safe carnival, everyone. That's how we wrap the show this morning. Thanks for staying with us here on AM Prime this week. Be sure to look out for Keaton and Sean. They're up at 8 o'clock with Talking Point. Check us out on all our socials at WESNCC. And to get in touch with us, you can email us at amprimewesn@gmail.com. I'm Leah Ann Jones. See you again next week. Do have a safe and enjoyable Carnival 2023.
WESN.
Anytime you see an election there, what we hear is deja vu. Oh God, oh. Deja vu.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Kaiser is not dead. It's only in hospital.
It was dark, dark, dark in a big, big park.
The roots of calypso are diverse. Some argue it came from kaiso, a Hausa word for bravo, whilst others argue it stems from the French word carousel, which translates to drinking party, or the Spanish calizo, or the Carib word carrito, both meaning a tropical song. Calypso music first emerged in 18th century in Trinidad among communities of African slaves. Most agree the musical style was an evolution of West African kaiso and was a means for storytelling and communicating among African slaves working on the islands of Trinidad and Tobago. Calypso has been referred to as a poor man's newspaper in times when literacy was not widespread. It has evolved from a combination of French, English, Spanish, and African influences. Many early calypsos were sung in French Creole by an individual called a griot. As calypso developed, the role of the griot became known as a chantwell, and eventually calypsonian. The first documented calypso music recording dates back to 1912, when Lovey's string band produced a recording while visiting New York City. In 1914, the second calypso recordings, including the first sung in English, were done by chantwell Julian Whiterose, better known as the Iron Duke. In the early days of calypso, calypsonians formed groups and performed at various locations around Trinidad during the months leading up to Carnival. Since these locations were temporary and ceased to exist after Carnival, they were referred to as tents. Calypsonians took on individual nicknames, and the tents were also named. The first calypso tent in Trinidad was the Railway Douglas tent, which opened its doors for business in Port of Spain in 1921. Among the other tents that opened in Port of Spain during the 1920s was the Redhead Sailor tent. The first wave of professional calypsonians became known as the Old Brigade and included calypsonians such as Growling Tiger, Lord Beginner, Attila the Hun, the Roaring Lion, and Lord Pretender. Lord Invader's song, Rum and Coca-Cola, was famously covered in the United States by the Andrews Sisters, and was falsely attributed to the American songwriter Maury Amsterdam.
They make you